Are you ready to be entertained? Then let's go!
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale. Do you see the road? I'm out to my soul. Tell me the size whenever the smoke clear out of my face. And my picture perfect, do I look fine?
Nah, I'ma do my own thing.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale. Do you see the road? I'm out to my soul. Tell me the size whenever the...
Welcome back, y'all. We are getting into Daredevil, Season 1, Episode 3. Let's jump right into this amazing show. I'm excited to be getting into another episode. The first episodes were glorious. Absolutely glorious. By the way, side note to all side notes. I heard somebody who's actually a very popular commentator was literally bashing the show. I don't want to say, okay, let me take that back. Let me take back my words. My words hold no weight currently. No, but the person was giving their opinion of the show and like it was more negative than positive. And I was trying to figure out what was so negative about the last 2 episodes. I thought they were extremely strong and it was such a good feeling to be back into the Daredevil universe. I tried to replay them and watch them again, which is very easy. That's how much I like them. And I couldn't find a moment or a minute where I was like, I'm not into it. Like every second was just amazing. They had their own opinions on how the show should have started and how the show should have perceived to be from the previous Daredevil, but I think that even this Daredevil is very similar to the previous Daredevil, and I understood their direction and what they were doing so far with all the characters. So I just go against the grain of what other people say, but honestly, everybody has their own opinions. You have your likes, you have your dislikes. But I really, truly did think this was definitely a very positive start in a direction that Marvel has not been going into through all their movies. So if they continued on to the track record, I feel, of what the first 2 episodes were, and throughout the rest of the season, hopefully the season is as good as the first 2 episodes, hopefully that Marvel will apply this type of storytelling and its visual effects, the looks of it, to their movies, etc., etc., etc. And that's just my opinion, but I'm pretty curious to see what other people would have thought about the show itself. So please comment down below once again after we're done with this reaction. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Daredevil and find out exactly what the show has got to give. Prison!
They, bring you some food?
No.
No. Luquillo is a beach near where I'm from in Puerto Rico. Palm trees and the coqui. It's a little tree frog. Doesn't croak. It sings its name. Man, it's a magical sound. And the coqui, it mates for life, right? So every sunset, thousands of these frogs start calling out to the one and only love. It's the music of the island.
You're gonna see that beach again, Hector. I promise.
Yo, what's up? Be cool. It's a gimme. No one plays cowboy.
Evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Oh, maybe isn't it? Couldn't trouble you for the keys to this fine vehicle, could I? Wallets while you're at it. You too, Susan.
You know whose truck this is?
Oh, are you a hard man, are you?
Yeah.
Silly wee bastard.
Somebody invades my privacy. Have no problem taking my piece and putting it to their head.
You're gonna make it? No. You want answers from me? I don't have them.
Always eating some bland shit. It's actually probably healthy. I need to get on this.
I hear Bacon's Freud triptych is coming up for auction.
The yellow one.
You'll remember.
I remember. Hurts to just sit by, but I'm reaching for higher goals.
Such as?
We wanted to be updated on anything happening near the Red Hook port. Last night there was a double homicide not half a mile from the port. It really doesn't hope so. The place is a destination.
Inspire Chief Gallo to make it a priority.
Misbehaving. Because there's no one at the head of the table.
They're rats. Rats at the bottom of the barrel.
When they're done with each other, whoever is left standing will come after you.
That kind of violence. Petty blood feuds. None of it is our concern.
Is Wilson, that's not his name, bitch. Is Wilson Fisk trying to change for the better? Or is this a plot? Because obviously he keeps talking about, he's aiming for something higher than being the kingpin. But as I already gave my opinion and what my guess is going to be, is that the main villain of this is going to try to go after him to kill him for whatever the reason why he's going to try to kill him, and that's going to make Wilson Fisk try to say his name 8 times fast. I don't know why 8, just sounds a nice number, but I think that's going to make him go back to being the hardcore villain that we know and go back to being Kingpin. His wife's like, listen, I don't got time for you to be eating your disgusting unsalted egg whites. There's no salt, there's no black pepper, there's absolutely no side of ketchup. You are grotesque. I agree, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right there.
You know you don't need those glasses indoors, right?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
You're a blind lawyer who can fight.
Officer Powell.
You know, Mark, I bet Judge Cooper would be interested to hear that you're interfering with a police investigation.
This tampering is a serious offense. Now maybe you get lucky and the DA only slaps you with a misdemeanor, but I doubt it. I'll see you in court, officer.
Yeah, officer. I like your eyebrows.
He misunderstood the concept of a safe house.
He says it relaxes him or whatever.
That's what this is for. This is just for me to get you on the stand without sweating and puking.
Relax. I got you.
Have you been with the NYPD, Officer Powell?
Just over 15 years.
Usual for an officer of your seniority to be working on New Year's Eve?
A lot of the guys in my precinct, they got families, you know, kids, and mine are grown. We were assigned at Washington Heights, and a lot of the guys got sent down to Times Square for the ball drop. Yeah, we didn't see any action until we got down to the platform on 168th. Well, we were just finishing up a routine sweep. You know, places like a ghost town. Fendon, he just came out of nowhere. He had this wild look in his eyes, and when you're a cop long enough, you know what that look means.
Did you tell the defendant to stop?
Don't react, Hector.
We yelled, we flashed our badges. Next thing I know, the guy just takes Cal and he just pushes him in front of the train. Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Objection, leading.
Officer Powell, I know how hard this is for you.
You know, that's 8 years of beers and kids. El Shanahan was my best friend. That's all over now.
Told you have a black eye. I hope everything's okay. Don't worry about it. Best cure for a black eye is fast hands.
Objection.
Sustained. Come on, Mr. Murdoch.
He's just giving him some fun facts. In boxing, you have to have fast hands, or else you get a black eye. Why am I talking in such a high-pitched voice? That's what happens when you get a gay man upset. Back off of him!
You and your partner were alone on the platform.
Yes.
By alone, you mean just the two of you, no one else.
That's right.
Which means there certainly wasn't a confidential informant you were roughing up.
Objection.
Tight leash, if you get my meaning.
Officer Powell, let's try this. You ever met a man named Nicky Torres? Torres is a confidential informant. He used to work with the NYPD. In fact, he used to work with you and Officer Shanahan directly. Officer Powell, did you and Officer Shanahan have an arranged meeting with Nicky Torres on the platform that night?
I told you I don't know him.
Yeah, you did say that.
Torres cannot testify.
It's almost ready. What's he doing? Should I be worried?
Oh, look at that. What?
Looking at the doors isn't going to get them here any faster.
Who says I'm looking at the doors?
They'll be here.
The Honorable Fitzgerald Cooper presiding.
You good?
Yeah.
Just another second, Your Honor.
Morning, officer.
Get out of the van, asshole.
Come on, let's go.
This Asian guy is so my type.
They're here.
Wow.
Would you state your name for the record? My name's Nicky Torres. Are you close to the 168th Street subway station? Yeah, it's 4 blocks from my house. 18 months ago, I got pinched for dealing. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I got a kid. We're looking at a prison sentence. What happened with that case? It went away. Can you tell the jury why? I told the cops I'd help them out sometimes. Become a confidential informant. Yeah. Were you passing along information to Officers Shanahan and Powell?
Answer the question, answer it quick before your heart stops.
Remembering you're under oath. No. I was home all night. We're actually at the 168th Street subway station being beaten when Hector Ayala intervened to save your life.
Wow.
Well, what's it gonna be, Mr. Murdoch?
Withdraw the witness, Your Honor.
They did all that for that man, put him in a safe house, saved his life multiple times for him to come over there, get wet feet or cold hands, whatever that saying is, and then turn and say no. I understand because he's looking at all the cops, but really? Like, you see how much they did for you? Wow, that's crazy.
Now, the shootout 2 days ago at the port is just the latest in a long line of very noisy mistakes. These are the headlines splashed across the front page of the Examiner. It all ends today.
I'll take orders from you, son. That's not how things work.
Luca, this is what you owe Victor. Restitution.
1.8. I like the sound of that.
Are you out of your mind?
Our guys are not a jack
Maybe
of
you
truck.
shouldn't hire a bunch of trigger-happy ass.
All this arguing, bloodshed, chaos, it's getting in the way.
Go tell Fisk. If he's got something to say to me, he come tell me himself. I don't take orders from the mayor's errand boy.
I don't work for the mayor. I work for the man.
So he was fine when we prepped him. He's an annoying pain in the ass, but he was fine.
Or they threatened his kid.
Or he was never on our side in the first place. Maybe there's a paper trail. Some kind of CI registration form. We get that, we can recall him as a hostile witness.
I looked. There's nothing.
He's innocent. We put him on the stand. He tells his side of the story. And we hope the jury see him the way we do.
We're gonna need a lot more bourbon.
What you're trying to do, it's not going to work.
Counseling?
Tell me.
I sent Buck to Luca to tell him to pay Victor 1.8 restitution for the hijacking.
Let's not fall into a place where I don't trust you.
I don't like watching everything fall apart.
I respect that. You wanted to keep the peace. Sometimes peace needs to be broken. Chaos must reign. Build a stronger order.
Is that what it is? You're punishing me for Adam.
I'm not punishing you for anything.
You're leaving me out in the cold.
Hey.
Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
No.
How often would you say you're at the 168th Street subway station?
A few times a week. Bought some flowers at La Bodega, and I was heading down to the station. My wife and I, we live with my sister and my niece. I put a deposit down on a studio in the South Bronx. I was going there to put the flowers there for the next day.
You're heading into the station. What happens next? What did you see?
A man getting beat up.
Did you know the man?
No.
What about the men who were doing the beating? Did you know them?
No. I yelled at them to stop, and they didn't. So I ran down to help. Started beating on me, and I tried to fight them off, and then all of a sudden one of them slipped and fell into the tracks. I was just trying to help. I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Decided to risk your own safety to help a stranger. Wasn't the first time, was it?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just saying that you put yourself in harm's way before. You intervened that night because you're a hero.
Matt, don't do this.
Yes or no? Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection! Objection, Your Honor.
Yes or no?
Both of you, in my chambers, now.
Well, you are a real slippery piece of shit, you know that?
You sat in that very spot, and you misled me. Make a mockery of my courtroom.
Wasn't my intention, Your Honor. They somehow got to my star witness. My hand was forced.
Is there a division of hypocrisy at Murdoch and
All right, stop it. Hold
Associates?
it. Stop it. I can declare a mistrial, but it's out already, so I'd say that ship has sailed. Put me in quite a bind, Mr. Murdoch. You blew open this door, Mr. Murdoch, which means...
Yeah, it's open season on my client.
I sit atop a pyramid of over 588. Going to be able to stumble into traffic court without one of them up your ass.
I don't think Mr. Ayala is going to get a fair trial. Have enough evidence, he should go to prison. But give him a fair trial.
You should have asked me first. Was it your secret to tell?
Just trying to keep you out of prison, buddy. We were losing. I had to take a big swing. Hector, if you are acquitted, your White Tiger days are over.
Being the White Tiger is more than just putting on a suit. It's who I am. I didn't choose it. It chose me.
There are other ways to help. Other ways to contribute. Ways that don't require a mask. You have to think about your family now. I think you might be surprised at how much you don't miss being him.
We had just dropped our son off at a game, and this SUV, it runs a stop sign and it just plows right into us. I tried to open the door, but it was stuck. I thought for sure we were dead till all of a sudden I see someone running toward us. It was White Tiger. He saved our lives.
I have to cut to this alley to get home. This guy, he tries to grab me, and I saw he had a knife. I was so scared. If White Tiger hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened.
This is a police report filed by Officer Lucas Barlow. Suspect was hiding in an alley, and before I could draw my weapon, he attacked me, and then White Tiger appeared. Pulled the suspect off me, then helped me subdue and arrest the suspect.
Officer Reyes, Officer Wong, Officer Morales, different version of the same story. And it isn't the story of a man who has a vendetta against the police. I think many of the people in this room would consider White Tiger to be an ally. Why would you risk your life by running toward a burning car to save strangers?
It's the right thing to do.
Gianna Moreno, you again put yourself in harm's way. Why?
It's the right thing to do.
Police said Hector attacked them, that he came out of nowhere. Why would he do this without the amulet? It gives him extraordinary strength and power.
So the amulet that we did see was what gives him the actual strength and power to be the White Tiger. So, that's what that was. I just thought it was a really nice necklace. I was like, I want one of those.
Hector Ayala goes out and risks his life to keep his neighborhood safe. This sound like the type of man who'd murder a police officer in cold blood. Mask doesn't make the man. Whether Hector Ayala is wearing a White Tiger suit or not, he's a hero.
I get up, I kiss my wife, I call my kids, I go to work to serve the people, I give money to my parish, then I drive out to Queens to see my mother. Does that make me a good person? Frankly, it's a false premise. Good people can do bad things. Messy, complicated, capable of good, capable of evil. Might have done some good things. Does that make him incapable of doing a bad thing? Of course not. Do you know what happens to a person when they get hit by a train? All of your organs are eviscerated. Your body twists up like a circus balloon. You're still alive. You don't actually die until they back the train up, and then your body, it just bursts. We're supposed to be okay with that, right? Because he's done some nice things for people. Because it was the right thing to do. These men and women you see sitting here, they're officers of the law. Every single day, these brave men and women show up to serve the people of this city. And they do all that without a mask. Hector's sole intent was to do good for his community. Why is he hiding? Because the last time I checked, real heroes don't need to hide.
I mean, that wasn't really a strong defense. No shame. Does nobody have video footage? Like, we couldn't interview the bodega, the La Bodega that he went to. There's no witnesses walking around the street. There's no cameras in one of those lights outside. In New York City, we have cameras in like almost we have cameras everywhere. There's no cameras around. Even in Washington Heights, there's cameras. Not that much, but there's cameras. So part of this is obviously it's a TV show, but like realistically, there's some way they could have pulled up footage and done a warrant to get footage of the bodega, interviewed the people at the bodega who he bought the flowers from, just get the time frame with that, coordinate with his wife and his daughter to see like what did they he bought the apartment, but it was a secret. Okay, so they wouldn't know that. But still, they could piece things together a little bit more than just going, everything right now is word of mouth. But if they just had a few other pieces and elements, they could do it that way, right? Unless the cops the cops are super crooked in this show and in real life.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. The jury finds the defendant...
She's pretty.
...not guilty. Count of murder in the second degree. The jury finds the defendant not guilty. Count of manslaughter in the first degree. The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Congratulations, buddy.
They're going to try to go after him. Mr. Ayala?
You're free to go.
Congratulations, Constable.
Nice work.
How do you respond to Mayor Fisk calling you and all vigilantes cop killers?
We're grateful that justice was served.
Your friend, the journalist BB. Tell her I want to see her again.
Absolutely.
Is he gonna tell BB that Matt Murdock is Daredevil? I will gag. I will literally throw everything.
You win the Ayala case, and now you get to enjoy the spoils.
One thing's missing. See, my old partner and I pulled about everything we had together for an office bottle of Melvin's. Needless to say, the first bottle lasted a very long time.
You're talking about your friend, Foggy Nelson, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering when you would.
He certainly knew how to enjoy the good moments when they came.
Here's to a man who cooks, a well-won case, and Foggy Nelson. May God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
The Ayala verdict is an absolute miscarriage of justice. Courts fail, juries get it wrong. I should know, a masked vigilante, a murderer, is allowed to roam the streets. Veteran of the NYPD lies dead.
Una palabra no dice nada.
Vigilantes are a threat to any society. A man who wears a mask to cover his face is a coward.
Lo dice todo, mapa y algún tesoro.
I ran on a promise. The acquittal of Hector Ayala demands that I keep it. The rule of law must prevail.
Oh my God, you hear the frogs? Well, another great episode. This was, I think I started getting very emotional during this episode. And then, like, when they talked about the frogs and in Puerto Rico, and then watching the whole case and how they were trying to pinpoint Hector to be the villain when clearly he wasn't, and the whole going back and forth with the cops and what the things that the cops were doing. And also, I really liked getting out of the element of like where we were, where it was vigilantes and the villains, and sticking with more like the villains and everyday people and trying to fight the system in a good way through the courts. And this also brings me back to more things. Actually, you know what? I realized after the first reaction, I went completely in on like the justice system and like the mayor. And I realized YouTube doesn't like that. You know what's so crazy? They say freedom of speech is like your First Amendment, but obviously it's limited to. And then especially in today's times, you really can't say everything that you feel because it just won't go out there. The big companies will shut you down. Not conspiracy theories. Try it. Say something crazy. Say something wild. Say something true. And then put it on social media. See how far it gets you. So anyways, this was just a really good case. And then I felt so happy that he finally got acquitted. He put on the outfit. I was kind of saying like, damn, he's put on an outfit right away, real quick. And then seeing that, and was that really the Punisher that killed him? Or was that one of the cops? You know, they have the same logo as the Punisher, but more, it's like a different, it's like a little derived. So I can't tell, is that the Punisher, it looked like him, who killed Hector, and the Punisher, you know, is an anti-hero. So the Punisher hates Wilson Fisk though. So I don't see Wilson Fisk getting him to do that. I just don't see that at all. But who else could that be? Was it the cops? They led you to believe, seeing the cops' reaction when he got acquitted, they were all pissed. Was it the police? Part of that like gang that they had? And also that guy from Ted Lasso who's there that we saw for 2.5 seconds, you know he's gonna come back on the scene somehow, some way. So was it him? Or was it actually the Punisher? I can't tell once again with the logo. So you guys please comment down below. But that was a shock. That was huge. So now White Tiger is dead, and you know that actor died in real life. I was kind of wondering how they were going to do what they were going to do. And White Tiger, though, is like in the comics. Like from my, like he has like, I mean, I don't know much about White Tiger. White Tiger comics. Yeah, White Tiger's in the comics. Like a lot in the comics. So it says the Avengers. Yeah, he was in the Avengers too, right? It's looking like. But you see, I know, just like here, White Tiger is a female. And the thing that I know White Tiger is, like I said, a female. And I also thought White Tiger had a love affair with Spider-Man. I think I said that in the first reaction or second reaction. But I could be wrong. But here we see a female White Tiger, so I'm wondering if that's what they're going to possibly do if they do bring back White Tiger. And I could be wrong. Maybe White Tiger love interest. I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, I was right. There's Spider-Man. So, good job, Andres. Thank you so much. That's what I'm here for. Anyways, I would give this episode a 9. I thought it was extremely strong. Once again, I'm kind of interested to see what other people will feel about this particular episode. So please comment down below. And until next time, I'm off this.